The fact I'm a football coach. It's a competitive thing. I despise for people to beat us.
To Elliott, who goes sweeping to the left side. Gets to the 20, loose to the 30, to the 40, down the left side to the 50 goes Elliott. He's going to take it to the house. 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Ezekiel Elliott. 85 yards. Back is Dorsey to throw. And he throws it in the end zone. It's incomplete. The Buckeyes win the national championship.
It's Everything Buckeye Nation, the voice of the fan, with your hosts, Jake Smith and Corey Boyd.
Welcome in. Let that run out a little bit. That sounds nice, man. Go Bucks. Happy Monday. Welcome in. Running a little behind tonight.
Yeah, a little bit.
Corey Boyd, producer G. I'm Jake Smith. How is everybody feeling? Everybody in the comment section already. Appreciate you guys. Everybody. JP Pooley, Jason Daniel, Clyde Boyd, David Campbell, Cheryl Moore. What is happening? Appreciate everybody. What's up? How you feeling, Corey?
My mama is in the comment section.
Go.
She has moved over to Facebook. She popped over a couple times during the YouTube, but she has came over to the Facebook.
That's how you do it.
I want to shout out all of our supporters.
Hit 'em.
If you are new, boy, you're going to get tired of hearing this, but oh well. Shout out to Josh Roberto, Clyde Boyd, JP Pooley, Shar Miller, Julie Royer, Estvander? I might have blew that.
We'll take it.
Tisha, yo mama.
My mama.
Scott Ewing, Laura BP, and Freddie Koss. I might have butchered that last name too. I am sorry. That's 9. 9 supporters. Boom. Shout out to you guys. And if they're not listening yet, they got shouted out. They could catch it on the replay. As well. We want to thank all of our supporters that came and supported us last week. But you don't got to stop there. You can come on this week. Join the train. Join that train. $4.99. Now, we started last week. We're going to get you some more content for the $4.99 a month. Exclusive benefits. Behind the scenes.
Personalized rants by Corey.
Personalized rants. I didn't see nothing to rant about this week quite yet. It's coming.
Our guy John Goddard's in the comment section.
Oh, John Goddard, my guy, you said once the peach fuzz started growing back, you was going to become a supporter.
Gee, you got to darken this up a little bit.
The peach fuzz is coming back. Shout out to everybody in the comment section, my gals and guys.
We have a good bit of stuff to get to this evening. John Goddard said, glad Jake's getting some fuzz back on that mug. About to hang the nickname Dumpling on him.
Oh.
Hey. Sure. Jason Daniel, do I get to hang out with you on your off time too?
Wow. Hey.
Sure.
Hey.
Let's grab a beer.
Hey.
Or a non-alcoholic beverage for those like Mr. Boyd.
You know, hey, Kroger, hit me up. Getting y'all some free pub.
Patrick Haldeman,
Pepsi.
Matthew Baldwin's biggest fan in the comment section. So, David Campbell became a supporter of Everything Buckeye Nation.
What? David Campbell.
There's our man.
Here we go.
Sound the alarm.
We're getting it started already. Don't get me pumped up. David Campbell, number 10. You know, number 1 and number 10. Those are numbers you will never forget. 1 and 10. Josh Roberto, David Campbell. 1 and 10. And all in between, we're not going to forget you either. But 1 and 10.
That's big time.
Hey. Troy Smith wore number 10.
Your guy.
Boom Heron wore number 1. Let's go.
Your guy Braxton, too.
And Braxton.
Hey, John says, a promise is a promise, fellers. I'll sign up when the wife comes in and lets me use my credit card.
Oh!
Good call, John.
Oh, good call, John. We love everybody.
Yes, indeed.
We love our fans because you watch us every week talk about the Buckeyes.
Well, let's talk about the Buckeyes.
Let's go.
Shall we?
Let's get it started.
Biggest news of the day, really the week, kind of a quiet week in Ohio State football news, but we have added a new addition to the football team, specifically the offensive line. Jonah Jackson transfers to the Buckeyes. Now,
I'm sorry. My mom just became a supporter.
oh,
Cheryl Tucker Moore just became a supporter. Number 11. Let's go.
I love the sound.
Your mom, my mom. Keep it in the family. Why not?
Sure.
Get all your family members to join too. Shout out to my mom, Cheryl Tucker Moore.
That's what I'm talking about.
She seen Jonah Jackson and
She's
said,
pumped about Jonah
She
Jackson.
said, you know what?
And I am too.
I like that Jake and Corey fellow. Hey, let's go support.
Let's support. Appreciate that.
Woo!
Jonah Jackson. Honorable mention, all Big Ten offensive lineman. Did play at Rutgers for the first 4 years. Now, before you say, whoa. Rutgers on Ohio State? Hear me out. My guy, Jonah Jackson. Honorable mention, all Big Ten offensive lineman. 2-year starter on the interior of the line and a team captain. We're losing 4 of our 5 starters from the offensive line. Coming into Ryan Day's first season, we talk about it all the time. Offensive line, defensive line, really the key to a nice program. Losing 4 out of 5 starters is huge and a big loss for the offensive line, especially where we have a very small amount of depth compared to the rest of the depth chart. Jonah Jackson comes in, brings experience and leadership to a room that could really use it. I mean, Thayer Munford's the only guy coming back, returning starter. He's just going to be a junior. Not a ton of leadership, experience for Thayer Munford. Jonah Jackson, 6'4", 305 pounds, was ranked as the 5th best transfer prospect in this offseason, according to 24/7. I love that, by the way. I love the transfer rankings. Maybe you heard of a guy named Justin Fields.
Oh, really?
He was number 1.
Really?
Jonah Jackson, offensive lineman from Rutgers, number 5 overall transfer, ranked by 24/7. And then a former quarterback named Tathan Martell.
Tathan.
Came in at number 10.
Number 10.
Number 10. But number 5, I mean, this is huge. Likely to start on the offensive line, probably left guard, maybe center. We can get to some depth chart stuff later on if you guys want to talk about it. But it's a big boom. It really is. I mean, it's a huge get. It is a huge get. So that's what I'm talking about. David Campbell agrees. That's a nice addition. Huge addition. I mean, we really need help on the offensive line, and there you go. So that's what I like to hear. Shar Miller agrees. Keep adding all this good talent. Josh Robideau, number 1 supporter. You can never have too many quality O-linemen.
You can argue that the offensive line is the most important position in football.
Yeah.
You can argue it. You can say the quarterback is, but if the quarterback doesn't have a good offensive line, really, what's his worth? Because if he's running around for his life, it doesn't matter. Good pickup. Depth is key. Get the most offensive linemen as you can. Who cares if he transfers? Like you said, who cares if he transfers from Rutgers?
Well, and it's funny, it's like, oh, Rutgers. Well, I don't think I want any of their players. This is a great get. Provides depth, experience, leadership. It's exactly what we need on the offensive line. A huge get. And I got to give props to Greg Studrawa. Him too.
Better you than me.
Yeah.
I would have butchered that.
Jason Daniel says, who leads the O-line this year? The biggest leader needs to be an O-lineman. Great question. Like I said, the only returning starter is left tackle Thayer Munford. He's just going to be a junior. So, there's not he's going to have to step into that leadership role as the only experienced offensive lineman. But we've got a couple. Wyatt Davis was a 5-star guard. He's probably going to play right guard opposite of Jonah Jackson at left guard, and Josh Myers will play center. A lot of young guys coming in with a lot of talent. Josh Alibi, I think my buddy Jason met that dude at Roosters. He started at left tackle for Munford in the Rose Bowl. Played really well. He'll probably slide over to right tackle and be the starter at right tackle. So a lot of things, moving pieces that will come up probably in the spring game. We'll get to see.
I think John mentioned something about the spring game. He said, keep the talent rolling in. Bucks can't wait to get a look at the new regime at the spring game.
John, fantastic segue here because what's the next thing on the list there, Corey?
Oh, it says spring game ticket info release.
Wow.
Which we did a little video on that. Supporters seen it.
Supporters only.
We'll talk about that now. They know how we feel, but a lot of you don't know how we feel about the spring game.
Fill us in, Corey.
How do you feel about the spring game? What are you most excited to see? Now, as we said earlier last week, first of all, come on. Tickets are $5. $5, $15 for reserved club seating. Here's my big thing. You know what I was talking about. Parking is free.
Ohio
That will
State?
never happen again.
Ohio State?
Ohio State. So if you're going to the spring game, I want you to get as close as you can, as they'll let you
Soak
for
it
free.
in. Enjoy
Soak it in. Leave your car there. You take advantage of that free parking because you know when you go to an Ohio State game, people make up parking spots.
Oh.
They make up parking. Hey, over here.
Just $30.
Yeah, just $30. Free. You go. Listen. When
At the shoot.
we show up to the shoot to our spring game. Unlike some colleges, I won't name names, but we show up and show out free parking, $5, new coach, and what I'm most excited to see. Now I know my guy is going to say Matthew Baldwin in the comments.
He already has, brother.
I know.
He already has.
And I want to see him too. But I want Ryan Day to let them air out the football, especially Fields. I want to see him wing it all over the field. We know he has running ability. We get it. He's not going to be able to get touched. So what's the point of running? I want to see him throw it. I want to see the receivers with this new system. I want to see him air it out, and I want to see how he handles the spring game in Ryan Day. How does he handle it differently than Urban Meyer? Because Urban was all over the spring game.
Yep.
If you're making a kick, stop. I'm in the middle of the field. You better make this kick with me talking in your face.
I like that too.
I like that too. So I want to see how Ryan Day handles the spring game. What's different from Urban Meyer? That's what I want to see. But I want to see Justin Fields air it out. I know Matthew Baldwin, #1 fan.
I'm
wants
excited to see him too.
I am too because, listen, I've heard a lot. I heard Dwayne Haskins with more mobility. I've seen that. Now listen, as soon as you say that, my ears perk up. Because I want to see what he does. I am excited to see him as well. But the reason why I want to see Justin Fields, this is our prize possession. He made Tathan run to Miami. Run. Tathan ran away, stuck his tail in between his legs. He struck out and he missed. He ran. No matter how you slice it, no matter how you try to rationalize it, no matter what excuse you make, this man made Tathan go bye-bye. So let's see what you got, Justin Fields. I know it's just a spring game, Corey. Just a spring game. You can't take much into it. Who cares? But to me, it's a new regime. Now, when you have JT Barrett, who cares? We know he's starting. This is his 5th year, la-di-da-di-da-di-da. But this is new for everyone. So I want everyone to pack out the shoe, get your free parking, and park there for as long as you can because you'll never get it again.
Scott Ewing says Fields will leave the Buckeyes back to Indy. Will lead the Buckeyes, I think is what he says. Will be back to back Big Ten champs, then on to the Final Four. Char Miller agrees with you. I'm excited to see Justin Fields, of course. And I'm excited to see Matthew Baldwin. I mean, it's going to be, and I said this last week, but I think Matthew Baldwin will have a better stat line.
Oh,
in
for
the spring
sure.
game. It always seems to happen that way.
Because you know why? He has more to prove. He's going to come out there like, oh, everybody's just saying Justin Fields. Oh, Justin Fields. Watch
And he and Patrick Haldeman going to laugh
me
all the way
and
to the
Patrick
bank.
are going to show you, and I want to see it. And it's not like I don't believe Patrick. Patrick knows what he's talking about.
Sure.
Nobody would put this much stock behind somebody that's not good. Really? Would you go, watch out for Matthew Baldwin and he's terrible? No. So Patrick knows what he is talking about.
Of course he does.
And I can't wait to see this young man fling it as well because he's got something to prove. Boy,
Of course he does. I mean, like you said, everybody's talking Fields. Matthew Baldwin's like, hey, did you guys forget something? So I'm excited to see those two. Really excited to see the offensive line, especially now with the addition of Jonah Jackson. But I want to talk about the defense a little bit. And I saw some comments in here regarding the defense. Let's see. Who was it? John Goddard, defensive studs. Josh Robideau, really hoping to see a better scheme with the linebackers. I'm pumped to see what they do with the linebackers. We've got an entirely new coaching staff on the defense, except for Larry Johnson. Pretty much the best decision we could have made. Clean house, bring in a new group, except Larry Johnson, who's the best D-line coach in America. So what are we going to do? We're going to change things up schematically. We've got two coaches from the team up north. Greg Madison's going to be a defensive coordinator along with Jeff Hafley. And then Al Washington's coaching linebackers. Something that the team up north has done over the last few years is have this little hybrid linebacker look where he's kind of a safety, kind of a linebacker, kind of a Jabril Peppers type. I think Khalik Hudson played a little bit of that role this year. And I'm interested to see what they're going to do if they bring in this sort of hybrid Viper linebacker, whatever you want to call the position. See what they do there. I mean, and what are they going to do with the linebackers? I mean, are we going to – is it going to be another year of Tough Borland? And, you know, Pete Werner. I like Pete Werner. But there is so much young talent. Like, play the best guys. You know what I mean? And Josh Robideau, ready to see Baron Browning become a star. And we'll talk about the depth chart a little bit later if we have time, which I think we will. And linebackers are a key issue. Malik Harrison really came on as a stud at the end of last year.
Especially.
Pumped for him. And he came back, agreed to come back and play his final season at Ohio State. He could be a first-round linebacker next year. In the middle, Tough Borland's, we've talked about this before. If this was 1999, he'd be one of the best players in college football. But it's not a run-stopping game anymore in college football. You got to be able to cover. You got to be able to cover these guys, keep up with the speed. And maybe he was just too slow coming back from injury. But otherwise, you know, maybe, I don't know. He's just hasn't been good enough, I guess.
Yeah, it's not about being
Melissa.
It's not about being tough on the guy. You know, it's a lot of people saying, "Well, you're being too insensitive." He had a tough injury he came back for, but it's like you said, the game has changed.
Sure.
And you've seen plays where he wasn't even close to the nearest ball carrier. Wasn't even close. So I hope it was the injury, to be honest. I hope it was, because I don't like dogging Ohio State players. I'm an Ohio State fan.
Yeah.
But if you have people behind him who translate more to today's game, you have to play them. Play Tough Borland in situations that will best suit him. You know, when the field shrunk. Not in the open field when they can put out 5 wide and you still have Tough Borland in the game. I don't understand that strategy.
It's a spread football game now. Got to be able to cover. Got to have those athletic linebackers. They're huge. And you see that kind of making the switch to the NFL too. You know, you can't have big, slow linebackers anymore that just can come down field and stop the run. You got to be able to cover the back out of the backfield. So I'm excited to see what the linebackers do, and I'm excited to see the DBs turn their heads in coverage. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, man.
How many times this year did a guy like Damon Arnett or Kendall Sheffield not turn their head when the ball's in the air, and oh, my gosh, what happened? They threw a flag.
In the comment section, I want you to leave a number in the comment section. How many times a game did you yell at the TV, turn around when the ball was in the air? Just a ballpark number out there last year. Per game, how many times did you yell, turn around? The ball is right. And then you just yell, flag, interference. Interference, so they don't turn around. Put that in the comment section for me. Just a ballpark number. How many times per game did you yell, turn around? And I want to show you some love here. It's in the comment section.
Okay.
Jason Daniel says, "Hey, Smitty, I like that cup."
Oh,
showing love to your cup, man.
It's a nice cup.
Yeah, see? He's giving you a shout out. He likes your cup.
Carolina Beach, North
There
Carolina.
you go, Jason Daniel. I didn't want to leave you out there. There was a couple comments back.
Patrick Haldeman says, our linebackers are why Iowa and Purdue happened. Lee Travis with a great comment. 186 more days. Like where your head's at, Lee. That's what I'm talking about. Keith McCormick says, every pass play. David Campbell, 10 times a game.
He said every.
Scott Ewing, 10 to 15 times. Lee Travis said, I yelled at Isaiah Prince more than anything. I tell you, man. Clyde, solid 8.
Oh, man.
Woo. Richard Cook says, looking forward to watching Devon Hamilton. Thought he got a lot better second half of the year. Really excited for Devon Hamilton, one of those defensive tackles that kind of under the radar, but really stepped up, played well towards the end of the year. And with Draymond Jones gone, he can maybe slide into that 3 technique role or play more of that nose tackle. Going to have a lot of opportunities, but he played really well down the stretch.
And also, if you're watching on YouTube, leave a comment. Let us know you're there. We're also live on YouTube, everything Buckeye Nation. If you follow us on Facebook, just slide over, click. One subscribe first. We would appreciate that as well.
Just quick.
That's the sound it makes.
Open that new tab.
That's the sound it makes when you do it.
Is that right?
Yep.
I don't believe you. Our commenters are going to have to confirm that when you hit subscribe. So
Right.
Go ahead. Appreciate that. Let's move on here. Wrap up a little bit of Buckeye news. Football-wise, we'll cover some basketball for a second, and then we'll get back into the depth chart. But final news coming out over the last couple days. 4-star tailback Darvon Hubbard. Want to make sure I got that right. Well done here from a consummate pro. Decommits from Ohio State. So Darvon Hubbard was a 2020 tailback who decommitted from Ohio State. 4-star kid, 6 foot, 200 pounds, out of Arizona. Played at the same school as the 2020 quarterback commit, Jack Miller, third best quarterback, pro style in the country. I think Ryan Day is going to have a field day with him, Jack Miller. But Darvon Hamilton did transfer out halfway through the year last year. It was kind of ugly from what I understand, and has not the communication has just drastically dropped off. He decommits, opens those options up. That's good. From what I understand, the staff didn't have him in their plans really. Basically didn't talk to him over the winter. And Jeremy Birmingham, everybody's recruiting guru when it comes to Ohio State, of Letterman Row. Berm said there was, quote, minimal contact for months prior to Urban's retirement. And according to Arizona sources per Berm, they said this kid, Darvon Hubbard, just wasn't an Ohio State level player. And, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard when you hear something like that. It's like when you offer a kid, they're young, similar, maybe not this similar, but like quarterback Danny Clark out of Massillon. We offered him when he was a true freshman playing at Massillon, and he was fantastic for a freshman. But he didn't, really take those steps in development, and he wasn't to the level of an Ohio State quarterback by the time he was finished with high school. And, it's just an ugly situation where you say, we're moving on without you in our plans. And it kind of sucks for those kids. But, at the same time, you have to have those honest conversations, unlike the Wolverines and Harbaugh, where 2 weeks until signing day, he says, no, you're not coming here. So find someplace else. Kind of a tough story, but
it is. As a player, those comments right there, that motivates me. Okay. I'm not an Ohio State level player. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Raymond Hansel says Brendan White is going to be a national name. I like that a lot. He really came on in the second half of last year, and he would be a great fit for that if we try to play that little hybrid linebacker role where he's kind of a safety, kind of a linebacker. He would be an incredible fit for that. Clyde says, it makes a nice clicking sound when you become a supporter.
Oh.
I like that. I have to take Clyde's word for it.
I'll take his word for
coming
it.
from a supporter himself.
Yeah. The guy has great integrity.
Where's everybody watching from tonight? We got
Nashville, Tennessee in the building.
Let's go.
Moundsville, West Virginia. Shar Miller and
Okay.
David Campbell, both supporters.
Dane Sells out in Idaho. Shout out
I didn't see that one.
the Vandals.
My phone is behind.
Oh, well, they're right in between Shar and David. Maybe you're blocked, bro.
Maybe I am.
You never know. Appreciate everybody watching tonight. This is the Everything Buckeye Nation show live on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. If you are watching, leave a comment. Click that subscribe button. Become a supporter. Subscribe to our YouTube page, please. We want to bring you as much content as possible. So I appreciate that.
Oh, there it is. See, Android just be tripping. I see it now on my iPad. And what device are you watching from? I'm on an Android and an iPad. I know. How could you do that?
Wow.
How do you have both? That is just not good. But where are you watching from? iPad, Android? No, where are you watching from? What are you watching on?
That too.
An iPad, an Android, a TV, a desktop computer? Do you just have us in your earbuds? Let us know what device are you watching Everything Buckeye Nation from.
We've had a few fans over the last few months send us pictures of us on their like big screen Roku TV or something like up in their living room. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff.
Patrick is in Cincy.
Let's go.
Shout out to Patrick in Cincy.
Josh in Springboro. Laura, you already know where she's out in Colorado.
Is it snowing in Colorado?
I'm sure.
I'm sure that it is.
iPhones, Androids.
iPhone.
Everybody,
JP
man,
says Android. Lee says Motorola Razr.
What?
Okay. Throwback.
Lee Travis, come on, man.
Boom. Hey.
Is it pink? Does it flip?
Lee Travis, can you come a supporter on the Razr?
Oh, that's a good question. Top fan material.
Top fan. Kevin says iPad. Mike says Samsung tablet. Laura's on the Android. And Raymond says I watch on my office computer. Take my lunch late on Mondays. He's in California, Ohio transplant.
Wow,
that's
man.
big.
It's 4:30 out there, right?
Wow.
Enjoy your lunch. What are you having today? You packing today or you buying?
You got a Subway, Wendy's, or is it a California restaurant that we don't have here?
California Pizza Kitchen?
Yeah.
Maybe. Richard Cook, Marion, Ohio on the iPhone. Shar Miller on the iPad.
All right.
That's what I'm talking about.
See, we like to connect with our fans.
Yeah.
As much as possible. They see us. We don't see them, so,
Hey.
But
Become a supporter. We'll see a whole
supporter.
lot more. Chicken and broccoli. Way to go, Raymond. Way to go.
And
Good
healthy.
for you, man.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. That's good stuff, too, man.
Yeah, Brandon's Millersburg, Ohio, on an
Millersburg.
iPhone 4.
4, Brandon.
Hey.
Well done.
Well done.
Where is Millersburg, by the way? I am not familiar.
Don't give Apple
me
your
a
money.
Direction.
You keep getting them updates, and you keep your iPhone 4, sir.
Travis Thomas fighting the good fight down in SEC country. Jacksonville, Florida, watching on an iPhone. Are you near Trinity Christian, Travis? A lot of Buckeyes been coming here from there lately, and hopefully some more in the future. We
got some people on YouTube watching. I see you watching, but there's no comments. Let us know if you're Ohio State fans and you're watching. Let us know where you're watching from on YouTube, or if you're not Ohio State fans and you just want to say, hey.
That's okay.
We want to shout you out too on YouTube, so just let us know where you're watching from. We'd appreciate that.
Brandon's up in Amish country. That's where Millersburg is. And Scott Ewing's in Did you catch that?
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, listen on the iPhone. All right, let's talk some Buckeye hoops. We'll get this happy-go-lucky team out of the way and then talk more football. What do you say?
All right.
The Ohio State Buckeyes are 17-10 on the season. Folks, what do you think about this basketball team? Let me know in the comments. 17-10 on the year, 7-9 in the Big Ten. Coming off a 1-1 week. We got beat by Maryland on Saturday. It was kind of a tough outcome for me because I felt very bittersweet after the game. Mm-hmm. We played okay. We fought there pretty hard. We never quit, which I was a big fan of. But there are also, there are things I took away that I really enjoyed, but also things that were disappointing. Mostly the play of our best guys. When you go on the road in the Big Ten, you need your best guys to step up and play some good ball. Caleb Wesson did not play any good ball on Saturday. 3 of 12 shooting for a big man. I mean, he's the biggest guy on the team, and he shot 5 threes. He's got a nice stroke. Okay, I'll give him that. He doesn't need to be shooting 5 threes, especially if the first 3 don't go down. All right, 3 of 12, you're putting us in a hell of a spot. Luther Muhammad, starting guard. I love Luther Muhammad. I love his energy. I love his defense. And I like that he's aggressive because a lot of times on offense, we're just standing around not knowing what we're doing. A lot of times he forces shots. He'll force the turnover, and he gets the turnover, and it's frustrating. Rough game from Luther. 1 for 8 shooting. just 3 points. I mean, Caleb Wesson and Luther Muhammad were 2 of 12 from 3 combined. That's not going to do it. I think it's 2 of 11, actually. I think I wrote that wrong.
Just put 2 for 12. They deserve it.
It makes it worse.
They deserve
I mean,
it.
72 to 62. Okay? We were down over 15 points with 10 minutes to go, 8 minutes to go, and we pull off a hell of a run with Caleb Wesson on the bench. Justin Arns, the freshman, getting his first start, hits 3 threes in the second half. Big shots, man. Great to see this kid come on, show us what he can do. We cut it to 2 points, and then here come the dumb mistakes. And some really weird foul calls. I don't know if you watched that game, but Dwayne Washington threw a pass that got picked off, and he tried to stop the fast break, and he got an elbow to the chin. I mean, dude got knocked to the ground, and they called the foul on him. Next possession down, Andre Wesson tries to sell the foul. Did get fouled on a 3-point shot, hit his arm. The guy jumped into him. They didn't call it. The ball went out of bounds. They said other way, Maryland ball. Buckeyes lose by 10. They showed great fight. And I got to think, if Caleb Wesson even played an average game or even a below average game slightly, we win that ball game. You know, it's frustrating. We saw a lot of good stuff come out of it. But we got to win one of these games, man. We haven't beaten a ranked team all year. Now, we beat Cincinnati in week 1, and they got into the rankings today, deservedly so. That's a hell of a team. They're in at 23. But we haven't beaten a team while they were ranked all season. And you know, in the Big Ten, you got a lot of those opportunities, and we got a hell of a lot of them coming down the stretch. What's up?
I see a couple comments saying NIT bound. Patrick says, he said something, I lost it. Something about Cincy. I think he's a Cincy guy. I think he said Cincy doesn't have these issues, LOL. I don't want to go to the NIT.
No.
I don't. I mentioned this on our video we did earlier in the week. I just don't want to go to the NIT. Nobody remembers the NIT champions. Nobody. Who does? Like, who says, yeah, hey, we won. Nobody cares about the NIT. I know why I don't care about the NIT.
No, and you know, we talked about this in the video for the supporters last week, which we'll bring more to you if you support us. Appreciate that. But for me, would you rather, you know, win 3 or 4 games in the NIT and play more and more and more, or play 1 game in the NCAA tournament and lose? Normally, in that situation, you laugh and think, oh, play more games, keep the season going. But when it's different like this, 2 very different tournaments, I want to get to the big dance. Even if they lose in the first game, it gets these young guys like Luther Muhammad, Dwayne Washington, Justin Arns, Kyle Young, Caleb Wesson, these guys, just enough of a taste of the NCAA tournament to fuel that fire in the entire offseason. Come back. Fight for it next year with a great recruiting class coming in. You don't want to go to the NIT.
As bad as Ohio State has been playing, you never know when you get in. You never know. Now,
Sure.
I know they've been playing bad basketball, but you've seen worse teams in the tournament advance far because you never know. So, of course, everybody has their own opinion, and I'm not saying my opinion is right. But I would rather go and play one stinking game in the NTA tournament and lose than go to the NIT for what? What if you play one game in the NIT tournament and lose? Then what? Then you really look pathetic. You couldn't win a game in the NIT tournament.
We didn't even get invited 2 years ago.
Yeah, really?
We lost to Rutgers in the first round of the Big Ten tournament.
Yeah, really? So I'm saying you got to take the shot at the big dance. Take your shot. You never know. That's why March Madness, a lot of people say, is the best time of the year.
Love it. Anything can happen.
Because a lot of people don't even watch college basketball until March Madness. Why? Because they want to see the unthinkable happen. They want to see Duke lose. They want to see North Carolina lose.
Boy, do I love
They want to see
Duke
John
loses.
Calipari lose. Calipari, or however you say his name.
Him too.
Him too. They want to see them lose. Why not Ohio State? Do some upsets.
Hey, man.
Don't give me NIT. Now, listen. Do I think they're going to go to Purdue and beat Purdue?
Well, that's the thing, and let's talk about this here for a few seconds before we get onto the football depth chart. Okay, the Buckeyes beat Northwestern last week. That's great. Well, Northwestern bites. We go on the road to a ranked Maryland team. We get beat. We've got 2 games this week before we talk to you next, unless you're a supporter. Both ranked matchups. Mm-hmm. We need to win one of these 2 games, okay? Tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, Big Ten Network, the Buckeyes host the Iowa Hawkeyes, okay? They were 21 last I checked. I didn't see the new AP poll today, so I could be wrong about that. I think they probably stay the same. They're at 22. Either way, a ranked team. We haven't beat a ranked team all year, okay? We play Iowa on Tuesday. Mm-hmm. They beat us 72-62 in the first meeting. Mm-hmm. Then we go at Purdue on Saturday. They were number 15 coming into the game. We'll see where they're at now. 14. How about that? We're at the number 14 team on Saturday. Mm-hmm. They beat us 79-67 in the first matchup. If we come back next Monday and have lost both of these games, I'm going to be really worried about our tournament chances. Because right now we're in, which is kind of funny because we haven't beat a ranked team all year. We can't shoot the ball. We turn the ball over 1 million times a game. Ironically, we didn't on Saturday. We only had 7 turnovers, but C.J. Jackson didn't play. Now he's playing tomorrow night, so we'll see where that number is.
If you don't make it to the big dance, like, what's the point? Like, really, I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer here, but come on. So I'm going to give it to you right here.
Gage Bradford in the comment section. What's up?
Aries in YouTube. Thank you, Aries. He made a comment watching on the Samsung S8. Shout out to you watching on YouTube. Appreciate you, Aries. I don't see him beating Purdue.
No.
That's just being a realist.
It's at Purdue.
At Purdue.
Mackey Arena.
On the road.
Not gonna
ESPN. 2 o'clock. College kids. I'm calling them kids, but, might as well. Young college men. You're on ESPN. You're at home. You don't want to lose that game. On a Saturday, ranked 15 against Ohio State? No.
Doesn't matter how good Ohio State is.
Doesn't matter how good Ohio State is.
They're coming to town.
They're coming to town. Our football team handled them. We don't want to lose at home. So I say if they're going to win a game, it's going to be Iowa. If they win.
I agree.
You're at home.
It's got to come tomorrow night.
You're at home. This is no disrespect, so don't take it this way.
I might.
A lot of people are not going to watch it outside of Big Ten country. It's just not. It's on the Big Ten Network. No disrespect to the Big Ten Network. It's a different type of game. You're at home. That's where upsets happen, at home.
Yep.
If you expect me to, now anything can happen, but you expect me to believe from what we've been watching, we're going to go to Purdue and beat them. 2 o'clock, ESPN. Now, in college basketball, that's a good slot for a game. For college basketball, 2 p.m.
That's nice.
I don't see it. At home, against Iowa, Big Ten Network, 7 o'clock. That's where the upset can happen if they're going to pull it off. Out of those 2 games, that's the one.
Yep.
If we lose Tuesday and you're putting all of your chips on the Purdue game.
And here's the thing. If we lose both of those games, we've got 2 games remaining next week at Northwestern, who we just handled. If you lose that, you're out of the tournament. They are garbage. I think they're 3-12 in the Big Ten. So that's a must win. Final game of the season. Sunday, March 10th. Number 19, Wisconsin comes to the shot. That's your ace in the hole, I guess.
Yep.
If you lose these 2, you need to take one of these 2, preferably tomorrow night at home against Iowa. Get it out of the way. You win that game tomorrow night, congrats, you're in the big dance.
Yep. Carrie Lynch joined. Hello, Carrie.
Hey, Carrie.
And Josh says, I agree. If you go to the NCAA, at least gives you an excuse to go to B-Dubs and drink beer.
Hell yeah, man.
Exactly. Who wants to go to B-Dubs and watch the NIT tournament?
Ooh.
That's all I'm saying.
Do they even put that on?
Yeah,
in B-Dubs?
you can say, Corey, but come on, man. It's Ohio State. It's basketball. You're in a tournament. And take football, for example, right?
Okay, yeah, sure.
We all, I'm not going to say always, but recently, we're always in one of the big bowls, right?
Yes.
Tell you Ohio State's going to the Peach Bowl. Are you pumped about that?
The Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl? It's a New Year's 6 game.
I'm not pumped about it.
What about the Oregon-Michigan State, the Red Box Bowl from last year?
Either one of them. That's how spoiled we have gotten as Ohio State fans. I can say I'm spoiled now. I can say it. I don't want to go to the Peach Bowl. I don't. We're Ohio State. Rose Bowl. Sugar Bowl. Peach Bowl. Oh.
It's part of the New Year's 6.
Red Box Bowl.
We might play in the
Excuse
Peach Bowl next year as the
Little Caesars
playoffs.
Bowl.
Oh, baby. Now we're talking.
The Good Tire Bowl. All these. Do you want to play in one of those? So we don't want to go to the NIT Bowl.
Patrick Coleman,
NIT
how about
tournament.
the Gasparilla Lawnmower Bowl?
Any of those.
They've got them all nowadays, man. I tell you. All right. We've got a little over 10 minutes left. Let's get back to Buckeye football. Talk about some depth chart projections. Folks, let me know in the comment section if there's a specific position or position group or position battle you want to discuss, because I've got a whole lot of notes right here I'd be happy to discuss with you.
And Kerry asked, are you guys discussing the NFL Combine?
Well, we can briefly discuss that. Well, folks, let me know in the comments what positions you want to talk about. NFL Combine, basically, the workouts are as follows. It's this weekend, all right? Friday, you got the running backs and the O-line, so we'll get to see Mike Weber, offensive line prospects, Isaiah Prince,
Hey.
Michael Jordan, Jamarco Jones. He was last year. Who am I? I don't even know where I am right now. Saturdays. Quarterbacks, receivers. Saturday is going to be the one you want to tune into, folks. You got Dwayne Haskins. You got Paris Campbell. You got Terry McLaurin. You got Johnny Dixon. Can't miss television right there. Sundays, defensive line and linebackers, so you'll get to see Draymond Jones, Nick Bosa. No linebackers coming out. Monday, you get your defensive backs, so you get to see Kendall Sheffield. I'm excited to see the combine. What'd you say? You said something about Nick Bosa earlier. What? He's ready to go,
So
right?
he's supposedly he's ready to go.
Boom.
And my guy, Dwayne Haskins, man, I'm telling you, all but the 40-yard dash, watch out. Watch out. They say he does 2 to 3 hours of board work per day.
He's going to kill the schematics.
They said he is ready. I think it was Adam Shine of CBS Network that said he is by far the best quarterback in this draft.
Boom.
I don't know what goober you said last week that said was some random NFL exec. He's not even Jared Goff. Shut up. By far the best quarterback coming out of this draft. They said his video work is phenomenal. We already know the man can throw the ball. I can't wait. Did you hear the rumor? Now, this make you and G happy.
Oh.
There's a rumor going around. I don't know how true it is, but I've seen it on a couple articles now and a couple videos that the Giants and Russell Wilson. Have you heard that rumor?
Yeah.
Now, I don't know how true it is, but I thought of you two. Because that means if that rumor is true, the Giants aren't that high on Dwayne Haskins.
Well, who would you
rumor is
rather have
true.
right now, Dwayne Haskins or Russell
Well,
Wilson?
that's honest. Well, I'm not going to even be stupid here.
Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson.
Sure. Of
Now,
course.
I'm an honest person. I have my biases, but of course you're going to take Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
But that'll work out for you.
Sign me up. Until the Redskins move up and grab. So, yeah, I mean, it'll be fun to watch the Buckeyes at the Combine this week. And Kerry asked if we will go live during. We could probably bring some supporter stuff this weekend.
Yeah,
but
we might bring some supporter stuff to them. Hey, you ain't hear me go crazy once I watched Dwayne Haskins. So supporters, check your timeline.
Check it out. All right, back to the position battles here for a second. I saw comment here, running back battle. We got a good discussion on the running backs here.
Whoa. Thank you, Josh. Sorry. Josh said someone again today said Murray is the best QB because he's up to 206 pounds. They are trying to compare. Stop it.
Take a breath.
Every short quarterback is not Russell Wilson or Drew Brees. If they don't stop with that mess, Kyler Murray is not Russell Wilson. Really? Okay. Oh, he's up to 205 pounds. Shut up. No. He's not better than Baker Mayfield, and Baker Mayfield yet is not Russell Wilson, even though I love him and he's on the Cleveland Browns. Kyler Murray is not Russell Wilson. Just because they're short and they both play baseball does not mean anything. I'm so sick with these lazy comparisons. I could have did that, and I'm not a scout. Ooh, Kyler Murray short. Russell Wilson was short. Ooh, my goodness. They're the same player.
Play baseball.
It's ridiculous. Kyler Murray is not Russell Wilson. No. Give me Russell Wilson every day and Sunday. I don't know why they always
twice
say
on
that.
Sunday?
Twice on Sunday,
There
whatever that is.
Yeah, twice.
Twice, my bad. I messed it up because I'm so angry at stupid comparisons like that. Kyler, and he could prove me wrong. He could. But right now, he's not Russell Wilson. You know what you say? Kyler Murray's the next Kyler Murray. That's what you say right now. Because there is no quarterback in the NFL that, what is he, 5'7"?
He'll be 5'9".
5'9"? He looks like he's 5'7". He looks like a little infant when he's playing football.
Damn.
Now I'm getting upset because you compared that man to Russell Wilson.
See, folks, if you become a supporter, you get to see this all the time.
You've got to be Am I the only one that thinks that's asinine right now? And Russell Wilson was what was he, a third-round pick?
Yeah.
And he got disrespected with that because he was 6'1". So you're telling me 5'9" Kyler Murray is the best quarterback over Dwayne freaking Haskins? Fire this scout, whoever said it. We need to trade positions because you don't know what you're talking about. Ooh, people, go ahead.
I love this guy.
People make me sick, man, with stupid comparisons.
Hey, give it up for Corey in the comments.
It's ridiculous, man.
It's You're right, though. It is ridiculous. What? Every time a short quarterback comes into the league, they think, well, hey, Drew Brees is short. Do you know that?
Yeah.
Russell Wilson's short.
Every athletic quarterback, oh, he's the next Michael Vick. No, he's not. No, he's not. He actually can throw better than Michael Vick. I can't. Now, you know what? Now I'm going to look at Kyler Murray for the rest of his career, and I've got a scope on him. Boy, he better win a Super Bowl year 2. He better.
Well, good luck with that.
Oh, hey, he's the next Russell Wilson.
Oh, man, that's fantastic. Great stuff. Josh Robideau, he's the next Antoine Randall L. Boy, that is a name I haven't heard in a long time. I like that one.
That's a little better. See, that's a little better. Randall L.
Kerry says, can he even see over the offensive line? Brandon Canfield, love the passion. Clyde, clapping.
Patrick says, you mean Haskins can throw the ball? I guess not.
Yeah, Brandon
Patrick,
said,
I guess not.
Brandon says, Haskins is more of a runner, right?
I guess Haskins is just chopped liver at this point. Like, the disrespect he gets just makes me sick. Like, he's just no good, I guess. I guess Dwayne Haskins is just no good.
Well, it always comes down around this time to find faults in the clear, obvious best player. I remember Joey Bosa was far and away the #1 draft pick for months leading up to the NFL draft. And then like a couple months before the draft, they were like, well, there's some injury concern. He partied at Ohio State. I don't know, that's kind of concerning, blah, blah, blah. And then it's like, give me a break, dude. Kid's the best guy in the draft. You're nitpicking here. And then he was the first non-quarterback taken. No question. Cody Stein, Kyler Murray's the next Johnny Football. Steve says he's going to lose mobility at 206. I'm thinking because he's tried to bulk up so much for the weigh-ins, he's not going to run the 40 because if he was running it at 190, he might run in the 4.3s. Probably run mid 4.5s at 206, but who knows? Maybe he will run.
And like I said, he could prove me wrong, and I'll have egg on my face. I don't care, but I am tired of the lazy comparisons.
Hey, my guy Tyler Norwood here. Appreciate you, Ty, tuning in. Can't compare a shotgun to a pistol.
Exactly.
That's what I'm talking about. I like that a whole lot. Man, oh, man. Kerry says, I think it's because he's from Ohio State. That's why they don't give him the credit he deserves. Well, and to a point, that's fair because Ohio State hasn't had a legitimate quarterback in the NFL since, Art Schlichter? I mean, hell, was he even good in the pros? Woo. I mean, it goes way back because it's been the Ohio State system for the last, 10 years, 15, 20. God, it's 2019 already. Troy Smith, I thought, would be fantastic. Swing and a miss there.
I got Aries over here on YouTube. Thank you, Aries. He said Haskins might surprise us with his 40. He said even Sam Bradford ran a 4.7.
Wow.
And how fast, and we know how fast he is down the field. And he also said Kyler Murray is a hard player to compare, but he is a QB, and I think he will have a good career if he continues to protect himself from big hits. Thank you, Aries on YouTube. See, why couldn't they have just said that? That 5-minute rant wouldn't even have had to happen. I wouldn't have had to lose my mind. Aries right there. Aries on a fan on YouTube made more sense than some of these people who do it professionally. He's short. Drew Brees, Russell Wilson. They play baseball. Oh my goodness. Print that.
Oh, they must be the same guy, right? Patrick says if Haskins runs a 5 flat, I'll die. Kevin Walker says Mike Tomczak. Yeah, Mike Tomczak. That's a good pick, but I don't know. Patrick says he's the slowest man in history.
Whoa,
he's
did
gonna
you watch
run.
Bernie Kosar?
Haskins,
slow.
I don't know. You know, he says he's gonna do everything. He's gonna run. He's gonna do everything, and I don't know. What do you think Haskins will run? Like 4.8?
I say 4.8. About a 4.8. He'll beat 5.
But that's not his game.
It's not his game,
know?
though. Yeah.
He can't be dinged for that. Oh, Kyler ran a 4.4. You know,
Right.
if he runs,
Right.
everyone's going to be like, whoa, shit. Look
Yeah.
at this kid.
Yeah. Well,
Dude,
then we'll ding Kyler on his height.
All right.
Yeah.
How about 6'3.5" compared to 5'9"?
Yeah.
6 inches or 0.4 of a second in the 40. How often is a quarterback running in a straight line for 40 yards? You know, it's just about your speed and acceleration, which doesn't come into play a whole heck of a lot as a quarterback in today's NFL. And, you know, maybe things are trending that way. I've seen things that are like Kyler Murray. Teams are trying to get their next Patrick Mahomes, making plays.
If somebody compares him to Patrick Mahomes, I don't know what I'll do.
Well, you might want to figure it out because I've read it.
Have you?
Yeah. Yeah, I swear, because he's, you know, he kind of makes it up on the fly.
We didn't even know Patrick Mahomes was going to be Patrick Mahomes till this year. So now all of a sudden, he's the next Patrick Mahomes. Shut up. Oh, people, I tell you.
Yep. Kerry said we haven't had an accurate quarterback who could throw like Haskins yet. That's a good point. Brandon Canfield says probably faster than Roethlisberger.
Not when Roethlisberger first started. He actually was mobile when he was younger.
He's a statue now.
Now he's slow.
Statutory.
SAC over 3074 on YouTube says, guys love to hate because we are and will continue to be great. Go Bucks.
Go Bucks indeed.
Thank you over on YouTube.
Man.
Appreciate you.
I'm excited to see how Haskins does. I mean, if he runs in a 4.7, even if it's a 4.79, I mean, that pretty much solidifies it, but I don't think your 40 should solidify it. What are you laughing at?
Jason said, Corey makes me laugh, and Patrick Halderman said, I'm the next Patrick Mahomes. All I got to do is change my last name.
Patrick, you can do it, brother. You can do it. I believe in you.
And shout out to Producer G. We haven't gave him a shout out today, but he's putting your comments on the screen, making you feel part of the nation. Shout out to Producer G. My guy.
Your favorite producer's favorite producer.
Shout out to Producer G.
Well, very briefly here before we wrap up.
Okay.
Just to.
Sorry about that.
Oh,
I just couldn't. I couldn't.
No, it's
contain
good.
myself.
It's good. I appreciate that. Really, really do. Somebody asked about the running back battle.
Mm-hmm.
J.K. Dobbins is your far and away starter. But then I saw another comment, maybe David Campbell, maybe Patrick Haldeman, that said Master Teague should get 40% of the carries. That's a hot take. But I'm interested because J.K. Dobbins has split time, really, over the last 2 years. And this is his probably final year. He's going to go pro after this next year.
Mm-hmm.
And he split time with Mike Weber, more, who seems like the harder running, the get the short yardage, but also kind of faster in the long run. Mike Weber is a fantastic back. I think he'll do well in the league. But I think J.K. Dobbins will be spelled a lot this year by Master Teague, and I'm really excited about it. They might put Demario McCall in the backfield, but, he seems to me like the third down back, kind of like an Alvin Kamara type of guy. And then you've got freshmen Marcus Crowley, Steel Chambers. They probably won't see the field as much. But Master Teague, man, he's a freak of nature.
Change his number.
He was my favorite.
That's all I gotta say.
He was my MVP of the spring game last year, and maybe because he's a running back and nobody hits.
Right.
But damn, I tell you.
Aries on YouTube said Haskins is going to light it up all of the passing drills, and he said he's going to run a 5 flat 40.
Man, come on. You're not running a
I
5 flat.
still think 4.8.
I ran a 5 flat.
I think 4.8.
And I was like, damn, I'm slow. I thought I was fast. I thought I was getting like 4.8 at least. But, oh well. I guess we'll see. We'll bring you some coverage of the NFL Combine this weekend if you would like to be a supporter. Okay? It's the pinned comment. Help us out.
Please. YouTube.
Our lights are still out.
Subscribe.
And subscribe to the YouTube page. As, either one. We appreciate you.
We appreciate you all. We love you all.
We'll be back next Monday night, 7 to 8, right here, the Everything Buckeye Nation show. Corey Boyd, producer G, I'm Jake Smith, signing off, saying go Bucks and OH.
I-O. Whoop.
Thanks, everybody.